This is beyond diabolical, and it's been something that a lot of people have been mentioning, and it has to do with Sentenced to be a Hero. What you're seeing here is the analytics of the top recent videos, top 10 for the last 41 minutes. I have one for the last 1 hour and 36 minutes too, but it's to kind of show you, right, when you publish a video, how well it does. This doesn't come into consideration of long-term result, but usually, most of the times, 9 times out of 10, the initial performance of a video truly does determine how far that video will go. Think of it like this. You throw a pebble in a water. The water starts to ripple around. Hamon! No, this is not a JoJo's reference, right? But if you threw a bigger rock, it's going to be a bigger force, and therefore the ripples will go further and further out. Use this as an analogy of how the performance of a video on YouTube initially behaves, right? Obviously, a stronger performance, let's say Jujutsu Kaisen, JoJo's, right? Drama content regarding Michelangelo, or some general drama content regarding Frieren, they're gonna do better because a lot of people enjoy that topics, right? Those are big rocks, boulders being thrown into the lake, and boom, ripples going out further and further and further. But what happens when it's like this? It's crazy. It's genuinely crazy right now. Also, this guy is still one of the weirdest, creepiest comments. Weird ass fucking Fujo's backseating how much I enjoy a show off of their parasocial delusions. But let's forget about that. And let's look at this incident, right? Let's just like analyze what the hell is going on. Because it really doesn't make sense why this anime would do so bad. So for the first 41 minutes, JJK, obviously, hot, JoJo's, general drama content. One Piece live action skit actually did pretty well. I'm surprised. Oshinoko usually takes a bit more to start picking up, right? So I'll kind of like, I guess I'll kind of like categorize it like this. So these are, I think, a little bit more or less hot, but still competing. And then, you know, there's a couple of like stuff like this, right? And these, honestly, I think at this point, these are just fucking duds, right? These are just fucking duds. What I look for, by the way, when I make a YouTube video, lately I've been really focusing on the optimization of my channel. What do I mean by that? Every video I release, I want it to do well on a certain metric that I'm comfortable with. And the minimum that I'm comfortable with is such that for every 1 minute, I'm getting 10 views. Okay? So at 41 minutes, 410 views is the baseline, the very minimum. That multiplier of 10x per minute, I've noticed, is a pretty decent ballpark. Back in the day, getting 10x per 1 minute used to be like the ceiling. So it's fun how we keep growing, we do well, and it starts to, you know, build momentum. But that right now is the floor, right? If anything does bad than that, right? Let's say instead of 10%, let's say 5 views per minute. That's when things get very shaky. For example, there is an anime that I recently uploaded and deleted, and it is the Hero Party anime. I don't know if any of you guys realize this, right? But this anime, where is this shit right here, right? Last week's episode was really hype. This week's episode was a little bit slower. I uploaded it, and off the first 30 minutes, I realized, holy shit, this is looking pretty fucking bad. And I believe that it's better to remove the video than to leave it up there. Because again, what I'm trying to do right now is to not get shadow banned. We don't know why we're still not shadow banned right now. If you guys don't understand about the shadow ban stuff, you have to go look at the performance review. But right now, we are popping off like no other, right? In this video, I gave you an explanation of what's going on in the channel and how I said that I believe that I think that we're about to start falling off. We've been hitting it too hard. We've been hitting it too hard, and usually in the first like 2 to 3 weeks of the season when we're not shadow banned, right? This is when things start to drop off. But lately, I've started something different. This time I really wanted to go hard. I really wanted to go all fucking in. Every video is going to do well. And by doing that, maybe we prolonged it. And this is the signal that I was showing you about how the audience, you know, the amount of people coming in has stopped. And I thought, okay, it's going to be over. Well, it's been 10 days since then. Still not shadow banned. Still doing really well. And it's because I think that I've been really focusing on taking no L's. And I'm glad that I have a new solution where, let's say for this anime, right? I uploaded it, does bad. I private it. I know that there are more videos that's going to do well. So I have all these different general drama content, variety content, skit reactions, right? Stuff that I know people will watch that will do well to supplement it when there are, for example, shit like this. This is also an L, which is fucking tragic, right? Shibuyugi episode 5 was so fucking boring to most people. I delayed it and combined with episode 6. Even if I did that, what happened? So fucking trash compared to the viewership like that, but it's fine. Some animes, I think it's worth it. There are ways to watch these shows. Passion project, taking calculated L's, but carefully supplementing with dubs such that we can keep going. And right now, Sentenced to be a Hero, you would think would be a dub no matter what. But this shit has been falling off like no other. Let's look at some of the comparisons. Sentenced to be a Hero, right? It's so bad that I can't even do this content anymore. Any News has been locked in to Sentenced to be a Hero content. Bro has been pumping out cut content, but the performance of this is so fucking bad that I think it's bad idea for him to commit to it, right? His Overlord content does really fucking well. I'm glad his Freeran, Fate, and JJK does pretty well, but Sentence, for some reason, it's dead across the board. And if you look at the historical reference of what happened in the beginning in January 4th, fuck, it was amazing, right? 19K. First episode was like a movie, bro. It was like a movie and it was popping off and everyone was talking about it. There was a lot of advertisement. Loved it. After that, not bad. This is still really amazing viewership. Don't get me wrong. Even this, 5,700 views for the episode last week, it's still really good. But remember how I talk about the expected range of some channels and how I'm looking for percentages? Before, I was looking for 10% when I'm shadow banned. 10% of the subscriber count to your views. If I have 50K subs, 5,000 views on a video is an amazing video for me. How do I know this? How do I come up with these numbers? I look at other big reaction channels like your boy Roche or Nicholas Light, their main channels. Look at their million subscribers. Look at a good video for them, 100K, they do amazing still, right? That's still really good. 10% is my 100K video to them reference, right? And this is still good, but you would think, but now we're trying to reach for that 10 to 20% range. This is still very, very low. And why is that? Here's some other context too. Not just, Sentenced to be a Hero. So this was the 41-minute, result. Here's another one after 1 hour, 36 minutes. And a little bit changed, right? So compared to this, if you look at, the differences, what's the difference here? Well, Sentenced to be a Hero was fucking dead last. Dead last behind fucking Jack of all trades, man. It's not that crazy of a margin though. Like a difference of what? What is this? Like 22 views? It doesn't really matter. And between this, right, 2 views, it really doesn't matter. They're all fucking L videos. But you would think that Sentenced to be a Hero would have this substance to do well, right? Here, there's a little shift in Shibuyugi and Sentenced to be a Hero, but still the same breakdown. And that's very, very concerning. And all I can wonder is why? Why is this compelling fantasy show that captured the heart of so many people in the beginning falling off? Is it the plot? I don't think so. I think the plot is so amazing. I think it's so fascinating. The conspiracies with the temple, the military, the way that Zyla was sentenced, the, blight demons, being a part of, the humanity, and how there's like other actors who was misdirected to be a bad guy that might be a good guy. So many compelling other characters too. This is not a To Be Hero X situation where we're constantly switching from the POV of one character to another that is losing momentum of the people that enjoy the show for what it was. It's not. We have a roster of characters. They're all so fun. And every episode has been so engaging. I don't think that this is a bad paced anime. I think that the pacing of Sentenced to be a Hero is so fucking good. Every episode has been full of content. Even the setup exposition is so engaging. Yet it fails. The quality is there. The production value is absolutely there. No one could deny that. The story, the plot is interesting, engaging, hype. The fan service is there. The action is there. What more could you want? Yet there is something missing. There's something missing that is unable to capture the hearts of people, and I can't figure out what. At the end of the day, all I can do is speculate. All I have are opinions and my limited perspective of what I think a show is going to do well or bad. I can look at some shows like Chain Soldier. Of course it's going to do well. Because it's fan service, right? People want to watch sexy girls do sexy things and it's hype and it's fun. JoJo's community series, big community, right? Legendary series, of course it's gonna do well. Oshinoko, popping off still. Oshinoko's doing very well, right? It's at the height right now with the controversies and drama. Jack of all trades, unironically doing good enough. This show I thought would be a passion project too. It can step up. It has its niche audience and it's dedicated. But Sentence? It just is unable to find its crowd. It had a lightning in a bottle effect. It's almost like a one-hit wonder. And again, don't get me wrong. This viewership is not bad. I lost a sub for this one. It's pretty funny. The watch time is great, but the views are lacking. But even then, after a week passes, it's still good enough viewership. But it's that I expect more from a show like this. I expect this to be competing on the likes of Fate Strange Fate, on the likes of JJK. But it's getting mogged by Chain Soldier. And it's wild. Yeah, there was a 2-week, break. There was a hiatus after the first movie episode. We had to wait 2 weeks for the next episode. But I feel like a really good show wouldn't be compromised because of that. So tell me, right? You guys that do watch or don't watch or stopped watching, what is it about Sentence Be a Hero that is so off-putting that it is getting mogged by some of the other mid shows? I just don't get it, man. But don't worry, I'm not dropping it, right? There are, again, strategies that I have developed. These types of videos, even right now, this kind of video, general content that everyone can watch without being filtered out. This is why we can afford to watch some more unknown shows like Shiboyugi, like Jack of all trades, like even Sentence Be with Hero sometimes. And I'm glad that there is a situation and a system in place such that we don't have to just drop shows and just do high performing shows, right? Taking calculated L's while balancing the dubs.